Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. So, look, I'm just about to go and ride a bit of a rat run here. One of my favourite routes when I've got a spare hour to spare or whatever. So you should go and ride it, and it's well, I thought I'd share it with you. So come along and anyway. So a couple of things. Big shout out to Ben, who actually asked if I could put the route details on these kind of riding vlogs that I do. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll put it in the blog post, and then there'll be a link in the description below directly to the blog post as well for you. So right at the bottom, put a map and the route details. The second thing is another shout out to, I forgot your name, sorry. But they asked if I could adjust the angle of this camera here so you get more of a shot of the handlebars. I'm going to try that now, just adjust it a little bit, because I usually have it more square up, but I'll angle it down a little bit so you get more of a view of the handlebars. Right, anyway, enough of that. So all of this will be on the website, RevelatorAlf.com as well. So please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Right, let's go, shall we? It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon here, and we've had a lot of rain overnight, but it's been sunny and windy for the last couple of hours, so it's actually dried out the roads quite a lot. But this road is notorious for being a bit of a pig. If you get a clean run, it's absolutely fine, it's lovely. If it gets all kind of clogged up with traffic, then I'll tell you what, they usually drive like melons, really. It seems as if nobody wants to get over to the verges, and they end up just sort of being stranded in the middle of the road. Anyway, enough of that now. Right, so this is a beautiful, say the sun is shining through the trees, love this. And so basically I've left Woodley, just on the east side of Reading, and I'm going to head out into north side of Bracknell area and over towards Maidenhead. That's pretty much the geography which I'm going to be ending up. Whoop. So let's go and check it out. As I say, you know, I don't usually do this kind of thing on a weekend, would you believe? Because I often find that there's a lot of weird driving and riding going on by a lot of people, and also sometimes the roads, when you think they should be quiet, actually end up being quite busy. So I tend to try and do these riding type vlogs during the week if I've got some time off. Try and pick a quiet moment of the day, period of the day, and you know, usually works out better. Anyway, let's see how this goes, shall we? Right, so now I'm going to head out towards Hurst. As I say, this route will be on the blog post as well, so you can go and check that out, no problem. I'm going to go check out some back roads here. Nice indicating there, fella, well done. Right, there we go. Right, yeah, you can see there's a little bit of debris on the road here, so it's always in the bends, isn't it? It's always in the bends. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to race up to this guy in front, let him just have a bit of time to himself. I've already clocked him that he hasn't, you know, he's just kind of doing his own thing a little bit. And I tell you what, this is a little secret, or something that I do all the time when I'm riding. And a bit of my riding safely kind of technique, if you like. It's got nothing to do with speed, it's got nothing to do with any of that kind of, you know, wearing, you know, full body armor and all that kind of stuff. What I tend to do more often than not is that I profile drivers and riders, but drivers as well, other road users. I watch them, I give them a bit of space, and I see how they're driving. I do exactly the same when I'm filtering, with a slow speed or higher speed filtering as well. And when I say higher speed filtering, you know what I mean, you know, from either 5 miles an hour to 15-20 miles an hour, right? But I'm really profiling, making quick decisions about what each driver is doing, how they're positioning themselves on the road, what they're doing in the car, that kind of stuff. And you learn a lot by doing that. Right, anyway, so just come to the outskirts of Hurst. And now also what I'm doing on here, I'm actually recording the route as well. So hopefully this will make it easier for me to put this onto a map for you all, and then you'll be able to, you know, go and check it out. Right. Love this. So getting away from the main roads, and so in the summertime, you know, everything grows, doesn't it? All the grass verges grow, the hedges grow. So you always have to be extra mindful when you're going out on these country lanes. You know what's coming round the corner, right? Especially the weekend. You know, you get some, I'd say, odd people doing odd things. They tend to switch off sometimes. You know, this is all road users. This is not, you know, I'm not having a go at car drivers here or anything like that. All road users tend to switch off. Oh, it's a weekend. Yeah, let's have a bit of fun. And also, so that's why it's up to you when you're riding to just to be ultra switched on. Anyway, enough of that, you know, guided meditation nonsense. Right, let's get onto some cool riding. Now, this part here, do you know what? I couldn't actually tell you what this village is called, or hamlet is called, but whatever it is, it's a cool little village, and this is nice. This comes down to a nice little straight down here. Bit of debris on here. I've made lots of videos down this road over the past, or face to camera videos as well. There we go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my bulk here a little bit, making force over. There we go. And away it goes. So basically I'm going to do one big loop and come back out on here in a minute. Right. Kind of getting into a bit of a farm road. Sometimes, especially during the winter, this is kind of covered in muck and rubbish. And some great off-road riding trails around here as well that I found. Some are private, some are kind of public access. So just, you know, I got speaking with a farmer a couple of times, and he was kind enough to give me permission to go ride them, so that was really cool. Anyway, onto this one. So it's a beautiful day. It's quite windy now. Wind, you know, wind and sun, perfect combination of drying out the roads. Not good for farmers who are thankful for a bit of rain, but then the wind comes along and dries everything out really quickly. But anyway, there we go. Right. Cut in beauty. I say I still loving this Sport Glide. I gotta say, it's fantastic. I mean, I got caught out in the rain yesterday. Probably saw the video on that one. Anyway, so I hung up all my clothes to dry, and you know, I put them on just now, and the socks are still wet. The trousers are still wet, and the jacket's still wet. Now, granted, I didn't hang them up outside because it was peeing down with rain all day. I just hung them up in the garage. Anyway, so it's all a little bit damp, but I've got to say the wind and the sun is drying them out very quickly. So here's a, you know, a little trick for you. If you ever got wet clothes, just put them on, because they'll soon dry out in the sun, especially on a bike. That's why I've never really minded getting wet on a bike, to be honest with you. You know, it doesn't really bother me, because, you know, you'll soon dry out. It's not a problem. Right, let's just have a look where we are here. I do love these back and beyond places. Now, back there in the week, there's a little cafe place as well. So if you're ever in the area, go and check that out. It's more like a little hut, but you know, if you want to go somewhere different to a little cafe place, check that place out. Right, onto here, and then back around. Beauty. Right, so basically I'm going to go back into this village now, just on one big loop, and you know, and then I'm going to make a right turn, and it's a cool little straight that you get on here. You can get a bit of speed on there, I mean, if that's your thing, of course, but it's just an odd, really straight road, you know, in the countryside. With the British countryside, you don't often get that if you're not from this country, of course. You know, quite occasionally do, but not usually. They're usually lots of twists and turns and bends and all that sort of stuff. Being very mindful when I'm turning, that I'm really kind of actively steering, as opposed to, you know, counter steering or trying to, you know, lean it a little bit because of the grit on the road. Here we go, look, completely straight road. Get out of the way, cyclists, come on. It's completely straight. Look at this. Add a bit of power. There's that vehicle parked on the road. Let me just slow down a little bit. This is what I talk about, profiling. You know, why is that van just parked there? There we go, and just go again. Whoop! Whoa! Feel it! Beauty. Still running this in, by the way, so I can't really open it up too much. Nice. Right, up we go. So now heading towards kind of back roads towards Twyford, and I'm going to cut. I'm not going to go to Twyford. I'm going to cut across, and then go to sort of back end of White Waltham, and then sort of Maidenhead area, that kind of thing. Lovely, beautiful road. I'm so glad that they're empty. Amazing. Oh, here we go. Bit of a late break in there. Completely got carried away there with where I was. There we go. Well, that just goes to show that even with a little squeeze of the brakes, these new Harley brakes work a treat. So that was all right. Right, okay. I did that on purpose, by the way, just so you could see the new braking. That's what I should call the video. You know, who said Harley brakes don't work? There we go. Right. Now, so we're going into an area called, oh crikey, I forgot. It's Ruscombe, isn't it? Something like that. Back end of Ruscombe. So this is all these back roads. Beautiful. Now, actually, a little bit over in that direction, as a crow flies, there's a little kind of garden centre and cafe place, which is really cool. So if you're ever in that area, go check that out as well. I'll see, Sherlock Row, that's where I am now. That's it, I knew it was, this is the other side of Ruscombe. Sherlock Row, there we go. So I'll kind of take on a little detour now and see where we end up. I mean, you see what a beautiful ride it is because of the trees, you know, the sun. Lovely. Apologies if there's a little bit of wind noise, because as I say, it is a little bit of wind. I'm not wearing a face mask today, which usually helps with that kind of wind noise. Lovely. Over the motorway we go. Trying to, there we go. Trying to center up the map there. Right. And then off we go. So this is a bit of a main drag. Didn't really want to go this way, but you know, we'll go and check it out. Yeah, so I come up here, do a right, then a left, and then basically take a left-hand turn. And we'll see where we go. Just north side of Bracknell now, sort of Binfield area. So if you're from this area, you'll know these roads really well. So, you know, I'm kind of preaching to the converted here, I know that. But if you're not in this area, then, you know, it's a great little ride out. And I love these roads because any bike, any kind of bike, so many twisties, you know, a few little straights, but so many twisties. And especially if you get a little, you know, quiet period. You know, when there's no other cars or whatever on the road. Now, obviously, you always got to be mindful of tractors and farm traffic and, you know, all that kind of slow moving stuff. Right, hopefully I'll be able to get by beyond this fella. There we go. Right, so this is the back road. So pretty much you're going to be moving away from the Bracknell area, and now we're going to be heading up towards, heading out towards Maidenhead area on these back roads. I mean, look, there's so many back roads here anyway. It's just, you know, you take your pick really, whichever route you want to take. But you know, they are pretty special, I gotta say. Lovely. Now that's a great little route down there, I'll tell you what it is. But then you go to a ford. So when I was on my adventure bike, I'd go through that ford quite a lot. The problem is, different times, you know, it changes, the depth changes, and there are rocks right in the middle of it. So it's kind of a bit of an obstacle course. And sometimes it actually went down to about 70 centimeters, which is pretty much right at the limit of my air filter on the old bike. So yeah, it was quite interesting a couple of times. But you know, it's a great little route. Anyway, enough of that. Right, get onto here. So beautiful, beautiful riding, beautiful route. That's it, because it's a mixture of roads. I mean, there's other vlogs that I did, showed you the other day. That's kind of mostly sort of back roads. Well, this one is it's a bit of a mix really, and that's why I like it so much. Bit of everything. Right, so I'm going to head back in. I'm kind of zigzag my way along. Well, there we go. Beauty. And then back over the motorway. Ooh, lovely. I think the thing for me, you know, whenever I go riding, no matter what bike it's on, you know, I just do like to see something different, and I do like to go to different places as well. You know, sure, I'll go to, you know, biker meeting places and cafes and things like that, but nothing beats this. Nothing beats just being on the road, either by yourself or with some friends or whatever, but nothing beats it, you know, just out in the middle of nowhere. Love it. Right, now I could go that way, but what I'll do, I'll go a little bit further this way and kind of go a different way. So some areas it's still really dry, in other areas it's really damp, still a few wet patches as well. But as I said yesterday on the sort of riding, you know, when I rode it in the wet, you know, it was horribly wet. This handles really well in the wet, no dramas at all. Right, I'm going to head out and down this way. Ooh, lovely. This has all been done up. It used to be all derelict around here, and still parts of it are, but that's nice, look at that. Yeah. Lovely. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think I've got a green patch here. Haven't seen many cars at all. Quite blessed. Yeah. So this goes this way, and then I kind of double back. Lovely. So we're going to head out towards White Waltham and Waltham St Lawrence. Loads more back roads here. I'll say, look, if you're ever out on a weekend or whatever, or you know, got an afternoon and you got a couple of hours to kill, I would say, you know, ride yourself down here in this area. Come and ride these roads. You won't be disappointed. Honestly, you won't be disappointed. You just think, wow, there's a couple of sort of pubs you can sort of stop off. There's a couple of cafes which you can drop in on. So this is the back road to White Waltham. Now heading towards Maidenhead now. Stay out of this way. And this bike really does love it in the bends. It really does. It's effortless. That's what I'll say. It's just effortless. It just loves it. So it does not pull in any direction. It's perfectly balanced. You know, with the alignment, the engine, you know, the smoothness of the engine now. It's not, you know, chugging away so much now. You know, this M8 engine, it's just it's, well, what can I say? If you ride one of these, you know what I'm on about. You know, these new engines, these new soft tails, just brilliant, aren't they? Lovely. Right, now if you're ever in this area during the week, there's a little cafe I suggest you go and visit, and I'll tell you exactly where it is. It's a bit of a bit hidden away, this one, so you kind of have to go check it out. So what I'll do, it is coming down here on the left hand side. There's a business park. There's a business park coming up, where is it? Just behind this big house, coming up on the left hand side here. Right, so what you do to the back road to White Waltham here, Grove Park it's called, left hand side here, left hand side, go up there, turn left into the business park there, and right at the very back are these kind of World War II prefab hangars. There's a little cafe, and it's great, you know, it's kind of more like a sandwich shop really, sandwich hut or cafe place. Anyway, it's a bit rough and ready, but I tell you what, you want a little sort of hidden away place, that's not a bad shout actually. Right, off towards what's this place called? Padey Street. This is it. Up the hill I go. Oh, beauty. I mean, I tell you what, even though this has got the standard exhaust, like completely standard bike, as yet I haven't changed anything. When you're kind of in that higher gear, if you like, and you just roll on the throttle because you can't be bothered to change gear, I tell you, you really do feel a bit of a roar here. You kind of don't pick it up on the video, I know that. It's just the way my mic works, but you feel it in your groins, if you know what I mean. You feel it in you actually hear it quite noticeably, and you don't really pick it up when you're when you're you know, accelerating hard or accelerating at higher speed, because you got more wind noise and road noise. It's just at that lower speed, when you just turn it on, that, you know, you're just pulling out of a bend, that's when you hear, you know, this roar here. Right, I'm going to turn right here. Oh, you bugger. I'll tell you what I'll do. I won't go the route I was going to do. I'll do another route, actually. There we go. I will show you another route. There we go. Effortless. Absolutely effortless. Love that. Love that. One of the things that I kind of held back on for my sort of buying a Harley was the overtaking performance of them. I wasn't convinced by them, the earlier ones that is, or, you know, the ones from a few years ago. And you know, that was, I tell you what, that is more about a feeling than an actual proven theory. So I'll give you that. I would give you that. But my last bike, what I found I was doing, I was riding a lot slower anyway. I changed my riding style. My riding style hadn't changed to accommodate a Harley. I would already changed my riding style as well. And a lot of that was to do was because I was riding a lot of off-road. So you tend to ride slower off-road anyway. Well, not tend to, you do. It's a fact. And then when I started to think about Harleys again, I thought, okay, you know, one of the tests for me was, okay, how much power is there? How much is it usable? You know, and how quickly can I get past traffic if I need to? And I tell you what, it's not lightning speed, of course it isn't, but it's enough. It's more than enough to get past, you know, vehicles. And at most speeds, you know, within the speed limits, of course, fine. Absolutely fine. Oh, well, I could have gone that way. All right, never mind. Oh, look at this, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Oh. Right, so basically we're going to turn right here, going to go back into the village. So I've kind of done a bit of a loop here on this bit, and bit of an awkward, there we go. Right, here we go. Oh, look at that. There is nothing like a bike on a smooth bit of tarmac, isn't there? We all hate potholes, we all hate, you know, bumpy roads, don't we, you know? But if there's a bit of smooth tarmac, oh, it's just lovely, isn't it? Freshly laid tarmac, you know, it's all been battered down, not the ones where they just leave it all loose chippings. That annoys the hell out of me. Nice. Right, so this is a bit of a tricky one. So I will say, if you're going to come and do this route, be careful on this road, because it's very narrow. It's kind of a little bit wider than a single track in places, and then it goes down to a single track. Lots of high hedges, lots of tight bends, lots of cars coming in the opposite direction, or farm traffic as well. So just be aware of it. And in saying that, I probably won't meet anybody now, but there you go. Right. But it's a beautiful little rat run, this one. And I only discovered this by chance about, I don't know, a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago. And I've been riding in this area for years. And I'm working in this area as well. I used to work down here. I'm basically just on the back end of White Waltham Airfield. Just on the west side of Maidenhead. So, there we go. Thank you. Oh, love it. Nice. Right. Bit of a tight one here. And again, just watch out for this debris on the road. go. Right. Over the railway bridge. Whoop. And this is where it gets a little bit, gotta watch it, just stick to the middle of the road and then see what's coming, and away we go. Look, for me, you can get out onto the, you know, onto the motorways, all the wherever you are in the world, whatever you call them, freeways, highways, I don't know. And you know, you can, you know, the big open road and the big expanses and everything, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong, and I really want to ride those roads as well. But there is something just really cool about getting on some back roads, tight, twisty back roads. You know, you're having to constantly change gear, you're constantly having to do little looky-loos around the corner, just make sure nothing's coming. You know, you're kind of, you're testing yourself, you're testing your bike a little bit. You know, it's not just, right, okay, open road, just ping it and away you go. This is about, you know, you're almost running the gauntlet a little bit, you know, on these sort of back roads, and that's what I like it. That's why I like it so much. Right. Beauty. Just opening up a little bit now. He says, no, no, no. Lovely little trail coming up on the left hand side. It kind of goes through the trees and it goes through I don't know, it goes on for ages, lots of little offshoots and everything. Beautiful trail to ride, or walk, you know, or whatever you want to do. Right, okay, so heading out towards the A4 now, between Reading and Maidenhead. See all this tall grass, blimey. You really kind of have to look through the grass a lot of the time. Wouldn't it be great if you could have like a camera that is actually filming exactly what your eye movement is, or where you're looking, not what your eye movement is. You know, don't really want to see a picture of my eyeballs, but you know, actually where you're looking, because you know, that's much more to riding, isn't it, than a video will ever show. You know, you kind of where you're looking, you know, and you don't often turn your head as well. You're just kind of eagle eyes, aren't you? You know, left and right. And for me, that's so much more about the riding experience as well. Right, so we're on the A4, Knoll Hill area. I'm going to quickly take you this way towards Warren Row. That's another place. I vowed I would never show people this cafe where I sometimes go to, but you know what, I think it's been a couple of years. I think I can let the secret out the bag now. Right, this is towards Warren Row, and it's lots of cyclists around here, especially on a, you know, weekday, but also weekends. Sunday, huge cycling area. Anyway, round here, some lovely off-road trails as well, if you can get the landowner's permission. You just got to chance it really to see if you come across them from time to time, if that's your thing now, obviously. But just sticking to the roads, heading out here, coming into Warren Row. Look at this, beautiful. You tell me that you can't enjoy this ride. You tell me. What I love about it as well is that you're not going to scare your pillion with you as well. You take your girlfriend or your wife with you or whatever. This can be, you know, a bit of a gauntlet ride, or it can be just a lovely leisurely ride all the way around. You you know, and you can just stop off at any point, or, you know, peel off at any point. That's what's so great about this ride. You know, it's good for all sorts. If you want to push yourself and challenge yourself a little bit more, or if you want to have a nice leisurely ride with some friends, with your partner, whatever the case may be. Or, you know, when I said your wife on the back, or your husband on the back. You know what I mean? I'm not gender specific here. Anyway, so this is, I always love this building, by the way. Bit of a tangent moment, but I always love that building. It always reminds me of like a Scandinavian church. I don't know, I've never actually bothered to stop. Anyway, so this is the place here. This is the place. This is the cycling cafe. So what I'll do, I'll just pull in here and go and have a quick coffee, I think. Why not? Right, quick slurp of coffee, done. Back on the bike. Right, off we go. Now there is a route that I could have taken on the other side, but for this route I'll just show you this sort of quick way to get to this place. Let's say Warren Row, that's it, Warren Row, in between Reading and Maidenhead. Cool little cafe called Velo Life, bike life basically. It's not a motorcycle cafe, it's more of a cycling cafe, but I'll tell you what, it's really cool, really cool. And I'll tell you what, a really cool time to come is in the middle of winter, would you believe? Because it's actually quite cozy in there. So it's really cool. Anyway, go check it out if you want. Yeah, a bit of free advertising for them. Right. Anyway, enough of that. Let's just tip this bike in, take it around the bends. Beauty. So we're going to head back up to the main road, and then going to peel off again onto the back roads, and then just head on back to where I started. So it's just basically one big loop. Say a couple of places you can just sort of stop off, have a little coffee, little break, pop in a pub if you want along the route. There's quite a few along the route, and wow, go and enjoy yourself. Oh, what a day. You know, even for me, and I've done this ride so many times, I think out of all the routes that I kind of chose for myself, this one is probably the one that I enjoy the most. Well, put it this way, it's my top 10. It's my top 10. It's probably my top 5. Actually, I'll probably say it's my top 3. You know, I enjoy it that much, this one. Right, so we're going to make a right turn towards Reading. So this is Knoll Hill. Now, coming up on the right hand side here, this is main road, there's another cafe. It's not really a biker cafe, it's more like a transport cafe. And it's just called, what's it called? Flicks Cafe. There you go. A couple of bikes there, you can see. Right, so but during the week it's more like a transport cafe, so that's all right. Go and check out. Do a real mean doorstep tuna sandwich, which is really nice. Right, that's just some back roads there, some back trails. Not really one need to go now. Right. Now at some point I will invest in a new GoPro or something like that, and just, you know, that'll cut out all the shakes, especially from, you know, the handlebar mounted camera as well. That'll be a lot better, I think. think really, I think that's what I'm trying to raise a bit of money for, is to actually get, I've used GoPros and I use drift cameras, but I think GoPros with the new kind of steady motion, whatever it's called on there, they're really good. So my plan is to get 2 or 3 of those and pretty much do everything. That's the vlogging, that's the sort of camera stuff, you know, face to camera, in studio, whatever. I've kind of had this conversation before, what sort of cameras would I use for my YouTube channel, and I've used all sorts in the past, but because I do a lot of motorcycle stuff and I need them to be sort of good quality but sort of point and shoot in many ways, the action cams, the sport cams, are the ones that I always lean towards. So I had thought about getting a good, you know, sort of mirrorless camera or a DSLR or something like that, but you know what, I'd always go back to the action cam, so that's what I thought I'd do. Right, okay, I'm just going to peel off here and head up towards Waltham St Lawrence and then back onto the back roads. Right, yeah, so this that's what I'm trying to raise on the Patreon account, is enough sort of interest or whatever, put some sort of exclusive content on there, which is already on there, by the way, to sort of raise money, so I could get, you know, 2 or 3 GoPros on here, brand new GoPros, and just have one as a helmet, or one as a camera facing me, one as another mounted camera facing forward, or even a 4th to have it rear mounted, and either have one it sort of facing forward from the side, like a side view, and basically just continuously shooting, like efficient shooting, filming, and you basically just do everything in one take, put it all on, you know, everything at back when I'm editing, and it'll just be so quick that I'll be able to edit and just pick and choose what I want, just from a timeline. You stack them on top of each other, and I've sort of done it before, obviously using multiple cameras, and it works brilliantly. It really does work brilliantly, so I think that's the kind of thing that I'll be looking to do. Right, over we go. Yeah, so I mean, you know, I think with anything, you just want to keep on moving forward and keep on improving a little bit. And I've been very particular about the kind of things that I've invested money on by doing this YouTube. You know, I want to bring you kind of a natural feel. I want to just bring you good content and interesting stuff that you might find interesting, or you may not. It really depends, really. But, you know, I don't really want to go in for this whole adding music to everything, or adding this kind of B-roll, you know, drone shots for the sake of it. You know, I've got to say, that winds the hell out of me. You know, all this stuff, all this extra footage, we just don't need it. I mean, what the hell's all that about? Anyway, so you watch a few of my videos from the past, you see when I'm having a bit of a rant about that kind of thing. Anyway, but say, all I want to do is just bring you good, hopefully good watchable videos, a mixture of sort of vlogs, a mixture of how-tos, a mixture of opinion pieces, and, you know, just experience stuff, and hopefully kind of be like a broad range channel, really, motorcycle channel, obviously, motorcycle and interest channel. Anyway, enough about that. That's what I'd like to go in the future. Right, so just heading into Waltham St Lawrence. This is a nice little pub here, actually. I forgot what it's called, but it's a lovely little place. That was nice. That's right. Okay, look where you go. Look where you going. Look where you go. You're not looking where you're going, are you? Well, there we go. You have to have eyes in the back of your head. My silence says it all. Alright, okay. No point in getting all silly about it. Carry on and enjoy the afternoon. That's a nice place. Lovely. Right. So, heading out here. Back onto these roads. So which way should I go? So I'll go this way actually. Anywhere that car isn't, I think is a safe bet. Right, we'll go this way. Yeah, beauty. Right, so this is a cool little stretch now, and this is kind of a higher speed, I wouldn't say too high speed, but a higher speed twisty run here. This is really cool. Lovely. Bit of a switchback coming up. Nice little trail dead ahead as well, actually. Walking trail or cycling trail, whatever. Right, okay, coming then. Right, looky Lou, tipping, beautiful. Oh, my heel just scraped on the floor. There we go. Note to self, really need to put my feet up forward on the pegs. I think I noticed this the other day. I was just tipping it in and just my heel scraped on the floor, so just need to lift my feet up on the pegs, just almost put my heel up on the pegs, and that will help in that turn, getting a better lean angle, I think, because I say you can lean these bikes over. They are amazing, I've got to say. Oh, look at this beauty. Oh, right, coming back towards Ruscombe now, heading back towards Reading. Oh, beauty. This bike, I tell you, what can I say? What can I say? You're probably going to get really bored of me just harping on about this, but you can throw it around. Oh, especially when it's dry, of course. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, love it. Amazing. Yeah, the wind's picking up a little bit here. Oh, just keep on going. Long bend. Come to the outside. Looky-loo down through the bend. Tip in. Bring my heel up. Come left. Bring my heel up. Look right. Nice. Quick tip. Beauty. Away we go. Wow. Do you know what? You can ride this. You can get on this and ride it. Love it. Do you know what? I think I found my perfect bike for the road, that is. I think I found it. I'm loving this bike. You know, it's one of those things, I've not had this feeling about a bike ever, that I've instantly fallen, you know, in love with it. It's got its issues, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but there are some limitations with it, no doubt, but it's great. Love it. Right, anyway, so pretty much coming to the end of the little trip here. So back end of Twyford, gonna be heading back now. Oh, police. It's just a great leisurely ride, you know what I mean, around here. It's lovely. Vineyard here, very nice. I think in my last vlog, you know, sort of riding vlog, I talked about sort of vineyards as well. And another part, so this area here, they've got a couple of vineyards that actually do a lot of, I think it's white wine as well. And you know, good quality. I'm not a white wine drinker, I'm more of a red wine drinker, but you know, allegedly, apparently, it's very good quality, very well sought after. Anyway, they do like a little vineyard tours there as well, if that's your bag. Right, and yeah, I'm going to go this way now. So back towards Hurst. Tip that in. Beauty. Huh. Oi, oi, oi. I'm just cruising up to this car, you know, and I'm not even doing, I'm only doing 40. Crikey. It's gone down to what, 20? What are you doing? Let me just go a little bit faster than you. There we go, get past you. Slow right down again. This is a nice little pub, Green Man. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't mean for this video to turn into a tourist, you know, a sightseeing trip or whatever, but there you go. I apologise if it's kind of ended up like that. Anyway, so back in here, very close to where I sort of started now. So this is pretty much coming out of Hurst and up towards St Nicholas Church, more sort of back roads and stuff. So what I'll do, I'll pull over at some point and then, well, say my goodbyes. But it's been a hoot for me riding it. It's been a hoot making the video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watch the video and you actually come and ride it. That would, for me, would be when I make all these videos. I just hope you know, get the opportunity, whatever, to come and ride this route, or if you're in a car, come and drive it. You know, it's just it's a lovely part of the world to come and roam around. You know, this is a cool little pub as well, actually. This one. Opposite the church, very nice. A lot of cyclists all over the place today. Blimey. Wow. Right then, so what I'll do, I'm just going to pull over here actually. What I think. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. That was well, it's great for me. Love riding it, and great little spot to stop off for a coffee as well. Velo Life Cafe in sort of Warren Row between Reading and Maidenhead. Really cool. Really like that place. Loads of little cafes and pubs along the way, as you saw. So yeah, come and ride it. I think it's a great place, just west of Reading in the UK, in Berkshire, north side of Bracknell, in between Reading, Bracknell and Maidenhead, this kind of area. Some great little side roads. I mean, I didn't even go on all the roads. There's loads, still loads, to go and ride there. Anyway, well, hope you enjoyed it, as I say. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. Check out the blog post for this video, and I'll put the route on there as well, with a map as well, for you to have a look at as well. And well, I say, what else to say? Yes, I say, well, check out the website in general. All the support pages are there. I say, I'll tell you, I'm trying to improve the way I bring the videos as well, but I want to try and use equipment that I think is going to be most beneficial for this kind of channel, really. Anyway, but hopefully a lot more coming, a lot more types of videos, not just about Harleys but motorcycling in general. And I'll stop waving my hands because that's all a bit daft, isn't it? Right, catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Ta-da now.
RevelatorAlf.